And don't think we're too grown for homework, honey, because we are not. Hey, it's your girl Keta. Welcome to my channel, More Keta, where style is not defined by your budget, honey. So in today's video, we're just gonna keep the empty nester series going. And every video in this particular series is gonna be a play on those school day phrases that we all grew up on, like study hall and recess, even field trips. It's just gonna be reimagined through a grown woman's lens. It's all about redefining what the empty nester stage looks like. So regardless if you're an empty nester or not, you definitely deserve to feel seen, be celebrated, and be inspired. And my goal is to do that, especially if you're in this stage of your life like I am. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and light me a candle, make me a cup of coffee, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Before we get into everything, I definitely want to say thank you so much for all the love on the first Empty Nesters video. And in that video, I got a lot of comments about the black and white duster that I have on. I picked that up from a street vendor in Bali, so unfortunately, I do not have any links or anything for that. But this particular jumpsuit that I'm wearing today, I did get it from Free People. I'll make sure to try to insert like a clip or something about it because it's actually really comfortable. But the reason why I wanted to title this video Study Hall is because I feel like it is extremely important to still be learning stuff at this stage and in this season of our life. In addition to learning, it's just as equally important to be unlearning some things. And there are a lot of things that I'm unlearning, but I'm not gonna go through all of them, girl. We will be here forever. Okay, we will be here literally all day. But one of the things that I have been unlearning is the hustle culture. That's not to say don't go after your goals, don't hustle after something. That's not what I'm saying. For me, long gone are the days when I am holding down 10 different jobs and 12 different side hustles. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. I'm still going after my goals. I'm still going after my dreams, but that whole saying, oh, I sleep when I'm dead. No, I'm sleeping now. I need my rest, girl. I've also been unlearning to stop shrinking myself to make other people feel comfortable. When I was in corporate America, that was something I did all the time. Because of the environment, I shrunk myself just to make sure my colleagues and everybody else felt comfortable. No more, I'm gonna be me. Even my laugh, I would laugh out loud in front of certain people, even family, and they would look at me like I was crazy because I have a weird laugh. It's loud. I make the craziest faces when I laugh. And I don't care anymore. I'm not shrinking. That makes me happy. Life is hard enough as it is. I'm finding the joy where I can, and I'm gonna laugh out loud about it, period. Okay, so let me know, what are some things that you feel like you need to unlearn to make your life a little better? I have decided to pick some subjects. Got to stick with theme. You know, we're in study hall, so we got to stick with the theme. But I have been focusing on some subjects to help improve me as a person in this stage. And one of those subjects is just emotional intelligence. I've been trying to become more aware of my actual emotions and how that translates and affects my behavior and my thoughts as well. Another subject, of course, we talk about it all the time, is personal style. That has been a journey for me, and I'm very excited I went on that journey because now I feel like my personal style actually reflects the person that I am. Also focusing on boundaries, financial literacy at this stage after kids. I feel like your financial goals definitely change based off of the season that you're in, and it looks different now that I'm an empty nester. So of course I'm still looking at my future as far as retirement, learning about new investments that are great for this stage of my life, but I'm also realizing that my disposable income is a lot different too, so I have more of it because I'm not really paying for childcare and childcare. I can just imagine what it is now. I know it was like a mortgage back in the day, so I just know what it is. It's probably crazy now. So, gosh, but I mean, the stuff that the teachers have to put up with, I can kind of understand. My mom's a teacher, and I do not feel like they pay her enough, honey. They don't. But anyway, it's different now. So that's just another subject that I have been exploring. And of course, I want to know what some of the subjects that you're exploring in this stage of your life. Now, what does studying look like at this stage is actually really different. So of course, if you're going after a degree or some type of certification, you're going to kind of have some of those traditional study habits with the textbooks, pen and paper, lectures, all that type of stuff. But there's an added level of studying at this stage. Journaling helps you learn a lot about yourself. Therapy is a form of studying yourself. Just reading for leisure, podcasts. So there's various ways, and it looks different at this stage. All right, so let's talk about study groups. And this one was kind of fun for me because when you think of a study group is a group of people that are there to help you, that you can learn from each other, and you can motivate one another. And to me, that's equivalent to curating a circle of friends or a group of women, like-minded women. And you can have multiple different circles of girlfriends or people in general, or quote unquote study groups is what we're going to call them. You can have some that's just specific to professionalism, spiritual reasons, for creativity. And I think that's very important in this stage of life. We kind of touched base on that in the original Empty Nester video, but it's very important to kind of curate that space. I also think it's extremely important to grade yourself differently in this stage of life. So for an example, some of the ways that I grade myself is I take note on how often I feel energized versus feeling drained. Because if I'm constantly feeling drained, then there's something going on in my life and I'm not doing it right, and I need to hold myself accountable and make some changes. I also grade myself based off of my inner voice. How am I talking to myself? Do I talk to myself like a friend who wants to be supportive and see me do the best that I can? Or am I being negative? Am I talking down to myself? If I'm not, am I criticizing without being constructive? So that's something that I do. I also judge myself based off of my relationships, my current relationships. Are they serving a purpose? Are they feeding my soul? Am I feeding their soul? That's important to me. So I grade myself differently now than what I used to do when I was younger. And don't think we're too grown for homework, honey, because we are not. It is so important at this stage for us to assign ourselves some homework. And what I mean by that is you have to have the discipline enough to make yourself homework to reach these goals. So if you're trying to lose weight, what are we doing to lose the weight? Are you prepping meals? Have you created a workout plan? These are homework assignments. Even when it comes to personal style, if we're saying, oh, I want to change this and I want to do that, what are we doing? Are we trying new pieces out? Even financial literacy, like we talked about before, like, do you have a certain goal for retirement? What are you doing? Have you assigned yourself some homework to keep you on track to where you can hit that goal? More than anything, we need to be assigning homework. I know it's just a play on words, but you need to assign yourself homework to make sure you're reaching whatever goal, and it's even more important now during this stage. And let's not forget about extra credit. Extra credit is just doing whatever you want to do that's going to bring you joy, as long as it ain't hurting nobody, okay? So we definitely still need to do that. So although we're pouring into ourselves to become better people and learning new things, keeping our mind sharp, we still just want to have a good time. And some of those extra credits could just be like a self-date night or date day, creating like a 15-minute morning routine that makes you feel refreshed, that type of thing. Buying you a new book just because you want to, or buying some new shoes because you want to. Enjoy the hard work that you put in and get out and do the things that you want to do. So don't forget to not only give yourself homework, but give yourself some extra credit. So I hope you enjoyed this video about the Empty Nester series and how learning and unlearning looks a little different at this stage of our lives. Please understand that in no way, shape, or form am I trying to say that one season of life is better than the other. It's just that this is the season I'm in right now, so this is what I can talk about. And not only that, I do feel like empty nesters need to be celebrated. When I look online, I don't see anybody celebrating this particular stage, so it was on my heart to go ahead and do that. So we would definitely have more series in this particular, more series, girl. We would definitely have more videos in this series. It is not a Keta's video if I don't mess up some kind of way. Girl, get it together. But I definitely want to know, what are some things that you are currently unlearning in whatever stage that you're in right now. I think it's just as important as learning to unlearn some bad ways as well. So let me know what you're unlearning. And if you do want to see more style content and of course, more Keta honey, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. And I will catch you guys in the next one.